Good day, podcast community, high performance podcast community. Yes, I'm Pete Kane, alias Podcast Pete, or Podcaster Pete Kane, whatever you want to say. But I want to come to you a very important topic, and that is high performance and investing in yourself. Two very important elements to growth. There's a concept that I think people have said before. I don't know even who said it. Go big or go home. And I think if you can think big, you can play big. And to do that, you have to perform at a high level. What does that mean? There's a gentleman named Brendon Burchard who has the Community Growth Day. You may have heard me mention it on a podcast. Now, he's been doing it for 20 years. He's got a community of probably now 400,000, but I know it was 300,000 6 months ago, and it's growing because people want to grow. Not only do they want to grow, they want to be surrounded by people that want to grow. Because you've all heard, if you've been in personal development, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. So if you hang around people that don't expect much of themselves, you're going to absorb that kind of attitude. If you hang around high performers, you're going to become a high performer. If not, you are a high performer. But the people you hang around with will have a lot to do with your attitude, the way you perform, the way you interact, the way you build relationships, the way you set goals, the way you perform and come, I guess, the way you bring energy to a room. So I want to really talk about those two concepts. I don't know if you've heard this before, but it's common in personal development. If you invest in yourself, it's the best investment you could ever make. Nothing close. Because $1 invested in you will pay back so many times. It will absolutely show you what's possible. You're able to dream bigger because you're thinking bigger. You're able to perform bigger. So consider coaching for one. But if you want to perform at a high level, not everybody does, and that's fine. Life is a choice. You choose how you want to show up. You choose if you want to be part of a high performance coaching or regular coaching. Regular coaching is better than no coaching. Oh, yes, absolutely better. You have to have a coach because the things that a coach can do, depending on the skill level of a coach, is allow you to discover a brighter future for yourself, challenge you, help you, support you, encourage you in a way that really gets the most out of you. And that's what you want. You just don't want to coast through life. Take one day at a time. Hey, sometimes you'll hear, hey, how's it going? I'm showing up or not showing up. Or you say, another day in paradise or another day. And it's not another day. You have an opportunity each day to make it your best you can make. And I now live a different lifestyle because you survive, you look death in the mirror. We call it mortality motivation. Changes the whole way you think. And when you change the way you think, you perform differently. So I think of every single day that it's going to be my last. Because one day I'm going to be right. And that's how you have to live your life. every single day. Give it your everything you've got. Be appreciative, love, care, courage, all the things that you know you should do, but common sense is not common practice. But shifting your mindset to be grateful, to love each day, to be present when you're with people, to be curious, to be growing. There's nothing like it. And the way you do that is to perform and invest in yourself. So we have high performance coaching. So what is that? Let me see if I can do this. I think I can. Okay, here we go. Yes, I can. No, I can't. That's not going to come up. Let me see. Yeah, oh, yes, I can. Oh, I love it. We have a 90-day to momentum. Now, what does that mean? Is one having a high performance growth, business growth mindset, because you can grow 10% a year and just be satisfied with that, or you can grow much more than that because you're investing in yourself and the potential of you is unlimited. So we do it through podcasting. So we first create the podcast, build the digital asset and a relationship. Every single person I have as a guest or co-host with, you strengthen the relationship and you create an asset out there. We're an economy, the creation economy. So you have to create assets like little houses out there. A lot of people in my Rotary are in the investment community. They're in either commercial or residential. They own a bunch of homes. They have assets. What does an asset grow? What does an asset do? It grows if you pick the right assets. So your podcast, your digital asset grows as more people know what you share. Now you have to know your avatar, and you have to know who your ideal customer is, because if you do not know that, you're just shooting at the wind. You're shooting a shotgun versus a rifle. So let's go back to the second one. Buy back your time. Hire an executive assistant. We do it 10 hours a day. Why? Because you don't want to be doing activities that you can do higher leverage. I think of Tim Ferriss, the 4-Hour Workweek. I first thought, man, I don't want to work just 4 hours. Man, it's 24 hours. What do I do with the other 20 hours? That is not it. His 4 hours are so intense that he is at a highest level that it's like working 24 hours, but he's doing it in a shorter period of time because he's doing the 80-20 and then the 80-20 of that, and then the 80-20 of that. When my partner Jeff sent me Buy Back Your Time by Dan Morrell, fabulous book. I read it 1 week, did audio, did ChatGPT. I ate it up and I implemented it. Now my VA is an executive assistant, taking that calendar and email off my plate so I can focus on better activities that drive more revenue, create more value for my clients, because you're not creating the value you can if you're doing $10 hour jobs. People say, well, it only takes a few minutes. No, it doesn't. The brain, when you get an interruption in the brain, it takes like 25 minutes for the brain to reset. So if you're doing this multitasking, email one time, and then you're doing phone calls, and then you're going back to email, and then you're doing phone calls, your brain's it's whacking out because you're not giving any focus to your brain, and you have to. So by taking that, buy back your time, I'm able to leverage higher activities, spend more time with my clients, talk to my clients, find out what they need. When you find out what your top clients need and you deliver it, that's going to be more value that you're going to be delivering to your business. Now, the next thing, connect and build relationships. We have a community of podcasters, high performance podcasters. We get together not this week, but will be weekly, monthly, and quarterly. Now, let me repeat that. Weekly, connecting with people. Monthly, coming together as a group, learning to present, building relationships. And that's going to be held at Grace Church, right by the mall. So, right in the neighborhood of 200 people, being able to build relationships and fine tune your presentation skills. I was just with Christina Bowers, and we talked about raving fans. She is a connector. She's a value-driven person that I was always thinking of others. And when she enters a room, you know it because she brings the energy. She brings the excitement. She brings the joy. We're sitting there at this Mexican restaurant sharing a recap of the Special Forces Transition Foundation because Larry and I went. And I told her I'd give her some of my thoughts on it. So we're talking. Waiter comes up. It's hot in this place. The air conditioning is out, or not out, but wouldn't be out. You'd be sweating. But it's not working. She immediately shares a person that can help this guy. It's the son of the owner. Immediately thought of that. Wasn't even a second. That's just who she is. How can I help others? So what did she do there? She helped the restaurant. She helped the HVAC person. And she added value in my eyes about how she operates. She just does it. That's just who she is. So that's an example of how you create value. And if you're answering emails and doing all the little stuff that you can get others to do that are better at it than you, you're going to have time to create better, more authentic relationships and connect with people and make a difference out there for your business and others. Next one, invest in the chapter book. Now, what is a chapter book? It's a collective book where there's 30 chapter stories and 100 mentions. We're in the senior living market. We also do local, but we're primarily seniors. The biggest challenge in this, and I have to thank my friend Christian for this, because I'm sitting, after I talked to Jerry, I'm sitting there, and I came to this vet for the first time, talked to Jerry, Jerry Boas, I think it is. And the conversation I had with him, he's been in investments his whole life. Now, when he started to kind of plan and talk about the next stage, which is Medicare, he fell in love with seniors. He fell in love with their stories. And that's similar to what I did. I had no idea until I started living in a place, the average age is 80. I got to see how beautiful the end of life is because you're more intentional about things when you see like a finish line in life. You reflect more, you appreciate more. There's just a whole series. He fell in love, and I'm talking to him and he's sharing this story. I'm going, dang, same thing I did. And he felt it. Not being even living in a facility, but he felt it engaging with people. So I step in the room and I look around and Christian's running it with another person. And I'm thinking, what is missing? More adult children. Now, problem, adult children are busy building their career. Their parents are aging. Their needs are changing. I said, man, this room ought to be full of aging children and parents together, working together, figuring out things. Because as you change, you have to know who your resources are, what's out there. So the vendors, there's a few of them in the lobby, but what if there was more people? So that's when we created the comedy night at Grace Church. And let me tell you, it was a wonderful event. not run very well because yours truly was doing it. It was a mess, but we did it. Now Michael Phillips is running them all. So we're in good hands now. But Larry Hauser, and I can't say enough, this guy has been, I'm in a small group, so I got a chance, I'm engaging with him, and he is just hilarious. There are some people that have been doing humor their whole life. With 3 daughters and the environment that he grew up in, not just family, but with Delta and TSA and all the different, he was always engaging with people, always. And he always brought a humorous tone. And people love that. They're like, you don't want to be so serious. Gosh, you can't. But anyway, so I asked him, he's a senior, would you want to do comedy? 99.9% of the people would say no, because if you know, public speaking is the second biggest fear to death. Comedy's got to be 10 times that, because when you're a comic, if nobody laughs, oh man, that's not it. It's just it's a kind of a naked feeling, like, oh crap, nobody laughed. Then all of a sudden you're going to wonder if the next joke's going to land. And if the next joke doesn't land, you're done. I mean, maybe you come back, but really, he said, yeah, what the heck? He said yes. And he called up Melissa and he said, what do you think I ought to do? And she gave him some advice, some fantastic advice, and then said, go to this class. So he goes to this class, learns a little bit about, and he crushes it. I mean, crushes it. First time. I'm still amazed. But the reason I say that, I don't know. That we on the quarterly events are going to get the adult children together with their aging parents for a date of fun and excitement, laughter. So we're going to do it Saturday. We're going to do it early evening because we know the adult children like to go out later. Their parents like to go to bed earlier. So we're finding somewhere in the middle, maybe 5 o'clock. Okay, 5 to 7, that thing. And Saturday is no traffic. Last time we did it on a weekday, we did it at 6 o'clock. We did everything wrong, except we did it. And it was hilarious. Because Larry, man, I'm telling you what, you'll go to podcasterpeteking.com. Well, got to go to my link tree, but that's another. But anyway, you'll see him perform, and you'll go. This can't be his first time, and I can assure you it was. So anyway, he's now got a new career. Not only as a comedian, but as a person MC events. He's doing one in December, and he's going to have plenty more because he wasn't fearful. He stepped up and he said, what the heck? And he did. And he delivered. Unbelievable. So we're going to have weekly, monthly, and quarterly to invest in you. When you invest in yourself, you're the best investment. Next thing is coaching. Coaching, for every dollar you put in coaching, it's going to come back at least 10 times, probably 100 times. And if you put your dollars in high performance coaching, I don't think I have this. No, I don't. Well, let me see. No, I don't. I don't think it changes anyway. Yeah, you have to stop sharing. But we'll do it another time where you can kind of see. But you can go to podcasterpetekane.com and you'll see a page. I think it's /coaching. But anyway, you'll see it on there and just explore. You can have a free 60-minute strategy section. And even if you don't do it, you'll be blown away with the value that you get because you'll get focus. You'll understand the nature of it. And there's a gift for you too. So can't say enough. Invest in the best, in high performance, by Brendan Bouchard is the best on the planet. Next, own your own name. PodcasterPeteKane.com is me. I own it. Search it and see all that's out there. Google loves fresh content. They love podcasting. And if you can create fresh content under your name, you'll be everywhere. Okay. Start creating content. Yeah, that's true. And then follow-up system. We have a unique follow-up system. So, but at each element, kind of 1 + 1 = 3 type concept. So you want to do this. Let me see if I can go back here. Yes. Oh, yeah. Look, I didn't even see that. Dang, I wasn't even looking. Okay. So what do? Call me. If you're interested in booking a 60-minute free strategy session, a high-performance strategy session, come back. Call me, or you can go to podcasterpetekane.com, and there'll be a way you can sign up. Now, you want to be on my podcast? Call me or go to podcasterpetekane.com and be a guest. You have to be a guest first before you can be part of some other things that we're doing, mainly the collaborative book and just being a part of the community. But be a guest. We'll share your story with the world. And I want you just to keep in mind those two things: invest in yourself and surround yourself with the best people you can, because you're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around the most. I'm Pete Kane, alias Podcast Pete. And certainly it's a pleasure to be with you. And it's a pleasure. Share this with people you know, and always grow. Always challenge yourself. Be the best version of yourself by growing each day. Thank you so much.